we go out for coffee, it's gonna end in destruction. Started talking and he sounds so mature and like he sounds like he's really changed, and he was talking to me about his girl, how much he loves his girl.
I'm really the problem. You niggas would treat the person bad that was there for you when nobody else was there for you.
Me feel like I was never enough. Caption said, finally treated how I deserve to be.
Nothing makes a man fly higher in life than pain.
I got close to him in attempts to like him to kiss me, and he didn't even try to. To go to therapy, and I just ran into him at the pet store, and he had a new girlfriend, and he seems to be doing well. It kind of tripped me out a little bit because he asked me to go for coffee, and I'm like, you have a whole new girlfriend. If we go out for coffee, it's gonna end in destruction. But for some reason, I ended up saying yes. So we went out for coffee, and it didn't end how I thought it would end. I thought that I was gonna be the mature one, the one with like the self-respect and everything. No. Started talking and he sounds so mature and like he sounds like he's really changed, and he was talking to me about his girl, how much he loves his girl, and basically telling me all couldn't do for me that he was doing for her. Communication skills were up there, the respect was up there, so much so that I got close to him in attempts to like him to kiss me, and he didn't even try to. We literally went for coffee, had a conversation, he righted his wrongs, he apologized for some shit, I apologized for, and then we went on with our days.
Have you ever heard somebody say that crazy people don't know that they're crazy? It's so true, bro. It's so true. Answer be slapping y'all right upside the head. If everybody had to go in for an eval of true narcissism, or just like to see the level of narcissistic you are, bro, in 2026, the women would be off the chart. I guarantee it. And I'm telling you, it's all because of social media and mental illness. Because how can you talk us through that whole situation? Everybody watching the video knows that it was you. Everybody watching the video knows that it was you that was the bad person in the conversation, in the relationship, I mean. Except for you. Everybody knows it was you except for you. You just told everybody it was you, and you still the only person that don't know it was you. Your brain, and this happens so much, you see this online. Like, remember back in the day when the argument, this is probably 3 years ago on TikTok, the argument was, oh, men need to pay for dates and do this and that and the third. Okay, cool, we get it. Oh, men need to pay all the bills. Whoa, oh, 50-50 warriors are gross. Now the new is a man paying all the bills is the bare minimum because he was going to be paying them bills anyway. Oh my God. There's this dissatisfaction that a lot of women on social media have. And all they can see is me, I, me. Even when Mona was joking in the video I made earlier this week, where she was like, I like a man who don't even have bad days. I'm the only one who can have a bad day. Fix my day. You can't have a bad day because then my day can't be bad. This is sick.
Yeah. And you know what's wild? As she was talking, right? I'm hearing that South Bronx attitude. She's probably not from the Bronx, but you hear it and you see the tattoos. And the one that made it look nuts was the tattoo here. Look at it. You see it right there. I have a tattoo here, right? You can see it right here. She has a tattoo here, and she talks like she has a tattoo here. She talks like she got a tattoo on her face. Might as well. The way you rocking those tattoos, might as well have one here and there. 69 it out, girl. You nuts. The inflection in the voice. When you sound like a man, you rough like a man, you tough like a man, and you wonder why you left your man. You made him crazy. You thought he was crazy, but you made him crazy. Because the way you're saying, oh, yeah, no, I thought he was going to bug out. Like, who's the problem? That's why John broke it down that way. What's the common denominator? You. He's having a good time now. What was the problem before? You. You're the problem. It's me. Hi. We gotta play that song. It's me. Hi. I'm the problem. It's me.
It literally took for me to find a good person to realize I'm really the problem. Baby, I have so many unhealed wounds and trauma that now it affects literally all of my relationships that I'm getting into. I didn't realize something ain't right up here either. I be flipping out over the most craziest thing. Then I used to be the person that used to make it sound like it was the other person, when in reality, it was me. Like, I literally had a good man that was chill.
Good
That
man,
was,
Savannah.
you know, he was real chill, didn't really do too much. Like, y'all, when y'all get into these relationships, y'all gotta start coming healed. Especially if you want a person that's already healed their own self and that already got things under control. You gotta learn to control your own self, control those emotions. Cause sometimes us as women, we be all over the place. And we really do be the problem. So I had to take time to myself so I could really work and focus on myself so I could be a better person for this man. Because he was the sweetest person. It was just me.
She realized what's happening is they're leaving the men and then realizing it's me. Hi. The other lady didn't realize it, but she sung that song. We got to play this song for her. It's me. Hi. I'm the problem. It's me. No, but this takes being an adult. Seriously, to have a powwow with yourself like that. I think everybody, all of us need powwows with ourselves. That happened with me. You know, I had a certain age. I said, I can't keep living life like this. You know, and you sit down and talk with yourself. Like being alone is good. And that's the issue too. That's the issue. She may have realized it while she was dating people. I'm surprised no one's told you about it, right? But yeah, she may have realized it while dating people. But a lot of times when you realize things, because it happened to me, you realize in your single season, a lot of ladies jump from relationship to relationship, and most of you need to just stay alone. Seriously. Because that's the only way, well, you won't really figure out your headache, but it's sad, man. They can't be alone. And then you get this.
Alright, a man will always level up after a breakup. That's just facts. I know a man that learned Russian after a breakup. Do you know how hard it is to learn Russian? Huh? Russian? Think it's a joke? A man will always level up after a breakup. Nothing makes a man fly higher in life than pain. Do you understand? Especially if he did nothing wrong. You see, if you did nothing wrong as a man and your woman leaves you, that motivation can make you move mountains. Samson in the Bible don't even have the strength you're about to have. Your strength is just different. Yeah? Like I said, I know a man that learned Russian. I know a guy, he was a fat roly-poly-oly. Now he's chiseled like a statue. He used to live local to me, and I used to see this guy just go on runs. I said, where you going, bro? I'm going on runs, isn't it? Man's running. What? You run. Every day. Yo, where you going, bro? You know, man, I'm going on runs, isn't it? Man's running. If you see the guy now, you'll never think that's the same person. So if you're a man and your woman left you, be thankful. That's a gift, because you'll level up. Because
He's right.
I've been left when I was at the lowest point of my life. No bread, none of the moves are working. She cut. But you might think it's a lesser you, but it's a better you, because there's nothing left to hurt you anymore. Be thankful. You see, after that, I put that work in. A man climbed high. See what I'm saying? A man will always level up after a breakup. So don't be down in the gutter, don't be hurt, don't be sad. Of course, feel the pain. If you need to beat some Ray and nephew and some juice, drink 2 Guinness, yeah? To get over it and do that for 2-3 days, but then rise again. Do you understand? Jesus dead on Friday, rose again on Sunday. That's how you have to live your life. Rise, my brother. Yeah? become something. And this is from my observation. Do you understand? So before any of you want to bring up statistics and all of this stuff, yeah, my theory is based on anecdotal evidence. It's from what I've seen. From what I've seen, every guy I know that got left in the gutter flew high above the clouds. So that's for every man out there whose girls left them, especially during a terrible time when they're down on their luck. Don't worry about it. You'll be fine. You'll climb. And you'll find a new girl that's better than the old girl.
Yeah, man. And a lot of guys are learning. And what happens is, of course, you got some guys that boo hoo a little longer. But I say to those guys, take your time, get over it, but do exactly what he explained. Like the guy that went running, go run or go to the gym. You will get those gains and you will be focused on it. Why? Because you'll be like, you'll have that chip on your shoulder. Oh, she left me. I'm going to show her. Yeah, use it. Lift her. Get in the gym and lift her. Act like she's in your chest or you're throwing her across the street. And you got to lift heavy for that, right? Because some of these girls be 180 to 250. So you got to be lifting like you're Anatolia in the gym. Skinny but pushing. Actually, you may be fat, but you're gonna get skinny from pushing.
Nothing hits better than that glow up after heartbreak. Bro, trust me, that heartbreak didn't break you. It rebuilt you. You didn't lose her. You found yourself. And you know what? That's the real glow up. When a man finally pulls his energy back and he starts pouring into himself again, that's the real transformation. You stop chasing closure, you stop explaining yourself, you stop trying to fix what already was broken, and suddenly everything else hits differently. The money starts flowing, your peace feels sacred. That's the moment where you remember who you are. So that heartbreak, trust me, it didn't break you, bro. It built you. Because this glow up ain't about revenge. It's about realignment. And when you heal, you start attracting women who will match your growth, not your wound. That's the real glow up. So yeah, bro, it's all good. That heartbreak wasn't the end of your story. It's just the beginning of your upgrade.
Yeah, and it's wild because you look at the stories you heard, right? And you look at the first one where the girl couldn't believe it, but he found somebody that was sane. She didn't realize. It was like Martin. She didn't know she was a crazy, insane mother, but she was. And that weighs on a man, right? Could you imagine him being with her for years? She got in his psyche. You ever been with someone so long they get in your psyche and you start to think like they do? That's what happened. The man turned crazy from you.
Baby, do not help them. A lot of these niggas really be out here using these females. A lot of these niggas will use y'all to help them in order to get to where they need to get to. Then they'll start treating you like you wasn't the one that was there for them when they didn't have absolutely nothing. I feel like if a nigga is at his lowest, you gotta allow him to work on getting his own self together. There's nothing wrong with saying, hey, I got some tuna or I got some can of O's your ass can eat. But other than that,
Tuna?
I ain't buying these niggas nothing. I can't buy you no damn meal. I can't give you a place to stay. I can't give you nothing. A lot of you niggas would treat the person bad that was there for you when nobody else was there for you. I am so sick and tired of holding people down, and then when I ask for something in return, they act as though like I'm just a big problem or like it's the biggest thing when I ask for help. Bro, I remember one dude and he was at his lowest and I helped him to build himself back up. I was there for him like every step of the way. And when I would ask him for favors, he would act like it was the biggest problem and the biggest issue. But then here go me wanting to help and wanting to be this person or be a good person. And like every time he needed something, I always had his back no matter what. But when it came down to me, he would get really, really mad. Bro, this is why I said I'm never helping none of these niggas out. If you ain't already together or you ain't already coming how I'm coming, I don't got nothing for you over here.
Yeah. So this obviously could have been before she realized she was the problem, because this is the lady from the second video. But they can't help themselves. They're hard on us. And what she's doing And I guess it's your circumference, where you're located at on a map, right? Because that could be the guys that you're dealing with. Where could you be on a map? You could be in South Baltimore. You can be in Chirac. You can most likely be in one of those cities, right? Bronx. I'll just throw out a couple. That's how you're coming. That's what you sound like. And you can't put those problems. Broken record. I swear, I'm a broken record.
Am I just not someone worth fighting for? Someone who's never quite worth it? Maybe I just love too hard. I mean, I know what you need. It's like I can see just how you're feeling inside. Like I can read your mind. But what about me? I just want someone who doesn't make me ask for the little things, provides, who knows.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Don't even ask for the little things. Someone who provides. You see how she slipped that in there? I was feeling it. I'm like, wow, she's doing the poetry to the music. Someone always. Last lady. Oh, don't give him nothing. Someone who provides. I'm like, oh man, that was a good poem. Why did you mess up the poem? I was vibing. Yeah, you know, somebody's for me. Someone who provides. Always. Gotta mess up the program.
Notices how I'm feeling inside. Am I the problem? Because
Yes.
I'm tired. Tired of asking for the little things that should have came easily.
Like what, money?
Tired of giving. Being the one who always takes control. Is my body not worth getting to know? Why did I
don't want to hear it no more. She's gonna say, why didn't you give me that $5,000 yesterday? Why didn't I get that $5,000 yesterday? Boom, over. Crazy.
I never talked.
Look at this. I never talked about this. I paid for everything, and she still told people I failed her. Never do that. This is why men no longer do that. I paid for everything, and she still told people I failed her. I never talked about this, but I was with who? Who were you with?
Talked about this, but I was with someone for 2 years who made me feel like I was never enough. Even when I was doing everything. She didn't work, didn't cook, didn't drive. I covered the bills. I brought the food. I'd drive 40 minutes to her job interviews and wait in a car. She had every excuse for why she wasn't ready to give back. And I kept saying, it's fine. I got you.
Wow.
Then one day I saw a post. It was her soft launching her new man. Caption said, finally treated how I deserve to be. I didn't react. I didn't even comment. But that post, it was 2 weeks after I helped her with her rent and dropped her off at a job interview. Whole time I was the bridge. She just needed me to get across it.
She didn't want a partner. She wanted a provider. No, girls don't just want the provider. They want a partner, provider. This. They want that too. 6'5". They want it all, and they want it now. Just like that commercial. I want it all, and I want it now. What commercial was that before? I want it all, and I want it now. It was like an insurance commercial. That's how they are nowadays. Corrupted.
Build a woman, my brothers. And I'm going to tell you why. Now, back in the days, I was working outside London, yeah? So it would have been Maidenhead. So it's basically concierge. But it was like a team of us, and I was the youngest of the group, yeah? So at this age, I never used to respect money. It was during COVID, so everyone's indoors. I was making like 2 bags a month, innit? So I was just blowing my money on smoking loud, food, clothes, dates, just foolishness, and not even proper dates, just going to girls' yards and ordering food, yeah? So cool. There was an old Nigerian man I used to work with called Yousef, and I used to call him Mr. Yousef out of respect, innit? So anyways, when I say this guy was a worker, so I used to work the 12-hour shifts, but he was working like 24 hours, back to back, overtime, all the shifts. And I used to think to myself, why does this guy work so much? And he always used to say to me, save your money, get a house. I said, no, I ain't got time for that. Bro, these times here, I had a girl in Maidenhead, and she had her own yard. So can you imagine the movie I'm living? I used to go see her during my lunch breaks. Brother, I'm living my movie. I ain't got time to save my money. That's my mentality. Cool. So anyways, one day I stopped seeing Mr. Yousef. And when I say this guy used to work hard, bro, to the point I used to say to him, who is this for? What is all of this for? And he said, oh, it's for my family. It's for my family. So I said, you know what? Cool. That makes a lot of sense. So one day, I never saw Mr. Yousef again. And I said to the others, yo, what happened to Mr. Yousef? They just shook their head. So then they told me the story of what happened to Mr. Yousef and why he's no longer working, because that wasn't like him to stop working. And guess what? He brought a girl from Nigeria, yeah? Young girl. And he brought her to Nigeria, to England, to study law. So he brought her to England, to London, to study law, and he's paying for all her uni fees. So while he's paying for all her uni fees, yeah, she's now graduated. So you see, when she graduated, she said to Mr. Yousef, yeah, I'm a lawyer now. You're not on my level. He told Mr. Yousef, you're not on my level. Do you understand? Do you know how peak that is for a man to hear after he's paid your uni fees, after he's sponsored you for the entirety of your degree? Mr. Yousef went mad. They told me he's an alcoholic now. He's got a bowl in his house.
Man, that's crazy. So he built her up and she said, you're not good enough. That does happen with men, right? But most times when it happens with men, and I know they don't want to hear it, but it's so true. They're building up the wrong men. They're building up the man they find attractive, they like, that gives them some good gets in the gushing and keeps on pushing. And then they get to ushing and he still keeps on pushing. They get to messes up their brain.
He's struggling to pay rent. He might lose the house. They said he's got a bowl in his
Ruined
house.
his life.
And he pours different kind of liquor in there. So vodka, Courvoisier, Henny, rum, all into the bowl. And he mixes it and then he drinks it like soup. Do you know how gone you have to be to drink alcohol like soup? Different kinds of alcohol. My prayers are with Mr. Yousef. But let this be a lesson to all of you. Meet a woman where she's at. Don't ever build a woman. Never. Unless you want to get told you're no longer on my level. Never build a woman, my brothers. Meet her how she is, and the two of you build together. And you rise together, but don't elevate her. Because when she's on your level, she's going to find someone who's higher than you to elevate her even further. So let that be a lesson and learn from Mr. Yousef. Like I always say, make civilian life cool again.
Because leaving costs more than people. Men stay in relationships because leaving costs more than people. Men know when the relationship is over and it's time to leave, but knowing and leaving are two different things. Men stay because they know that they've invested time, energy, reputation, money, and plans. More importantly, they stay because they don't want to fail publicly. They don't want to start over. They don't want to hurt children if they are involved. And most of all, they never want to look like they gave up. One thing I know about a man, they are very, very optimistic. They believe that things will improve. And they put it all on their shoulders. If they work harder, if they provide more, if they're more patient. And sometimes they stay because they hope the woman that they met will somehow come back in the relationship. Unfortunately, men actually have to process leaving. They don't leave when they know. They leave when things get super heavy and it's just unbearable. And when a man makes that final decision to leave, it is rarely sudden. It is after a long period of silence, emotional withdrawal, and adjustment. Men never make impulsive decisions like that. They walk away completely exhausted. But to the woman that he's walking away from, it's absolutely sudden. She does not realize all of the things that she has done to hurt him, all of the things that she has not been doing in the relationship. All of a sudden, all hell breaks loose because now she's emotionally broken down because she did not realize what he was plotting. But the truth is, she created everything for him to walk out the door, and she doesn't even realize it.
And it's sad because when you just walk out and don't say a word, they hate you for it. But you have to do that, right? You have to do it because things are never going to change. It's the same thing that I broke down in a video I made the other day, right? How men just leave without saying a word. Men have to do this. Look at the man. She left the guy. He elevated. And then they realized, oh, it was me. No, that's not okay. But shout out to the brother that left. And, my heart goes out to the brother that built her up only for her to break him down. As the other brother said, don't do it.
Anything, but if you don't do anything at all, I will leave you alone. Like, I know people are like, oh, closed mouth don't get fed. I don't care. I don't feel comfortable asking men to do things for me. I like when a man just naturally does it.
But you're just going to leave him alone? Ask. At least do that, right? Because you just leave me alone. I'm going to be like, oh, that's fine. I'm cool with that. But ask. See, either you got one extreme or the other. It doesn't stop. All kinds.
Now, if it's something specifically that I want or something like that, or he asking me what I want for like a birthday, Christmas, something like that, cool, I'll say what I want. But overall, I'm not the one that's going to be like, can I have this? Can I get this? Can you buy me this? Can you buy me that? Can I have some money? I don't do stuff like that. And that's no disrespect to the ones that do that, but I'm just not comfortable doing it. But if a man come around me and think he's not going to do nothing at all because I don't ask, your time is going to be cut very short with me. I don't care. Because that's not an excuse not to do anything at all. Actually, you should want to do more because I'm asking less. Like, it's logical.
The Iceman is coming!
Winter is here.